So the preemptive strike got buffed in the recent update, and not only this, but it's been buffed in updates past and people have been sleeping on it. So today let's combine Silas and preemptive strike, which is a perfect synergy on Sanctuary Chimps, and I'm gonna get a whole bunch of cash spare. This is gonna be in over 80,000 cash spare per day, so that's pretty darn cool if you ask me. So this tower has been slept on for a very long time. If you ask somebody what preemptive strike does, they would say that it pretty much just only gives the attack that it delivers to every new Moab on the screen, which is 750 damage. Not really the greatest thing for paying $33,000, but it actually does a lot more than that. First of all, its first strike has a lot shorter cooldown, so you can actually on a lot of maps just get a double FS on round 100, which allows you to do a lot of strategies that are solely based on cleanup, which is why it's going to pair so well with Silas over here. With just one reactor, I can pull off 2 first strikes, and with Silas doing like no bad damage, this is perfect because it's going to synergize with Silas very, very well. On top of that, it also has a very, very powerful main attack that a lot of people don't know about, and it can do a pretty good amount of damage to a whole bunch of everything, really. It will take out DDTs very, very well, which is another big weakness of Silas. So it basically covers Silas's only 2 weaknesses, which is really, really cool. So it's just going to be a very powerful strategy. And now its first strike ability has a crazy AoE attack, which is going to be able to do a lot of damage and help out in tricky rounds like round 98. So as I was saying before, Silas and Preemptive Strike is just very, very strong. So let's get to the Preemptive Strike in the first place. With that, I'll just have the Moab Shove doing Moab Shove things for the mid game, and then just 1 Icicles is all I'm going to be looking at. I originally was thinking maybe 2 Icicles would be necessary, but now we only just need 1, and then I'm going to be getting the Absolute 0-2, which is going to be doing really, really well. Unfortunate to see it got its price nerf. I guess it's kind of deserved. It was a very, very strong tower, so we'll be getting that up just a little bit later, and then consequently too, the Preemptive Strike will come a little bit later after that, but I'll still be able to get everything in a pretty good amount of time, which is nice. All this stuff is affordable before round 80, and then once you have all of it up, we're just going to be wrecking out everything. Now, one thing that you can also do with Preemptive Strike is pair it with Sub Commander, which does make it indeed a lot stronger. And this is still a pretty good strategy too. Although I'd say that the Silas strategy is better just because you're looking at the raw synergy of its abilities and its passive ability more compared to trying to bring, maybe not force, because it does work together well still too, but bring together the synergy with the Sub Commander and perhaps Brickle instead of Silas. But Silas and Preemptive Strike literally just work so well together. They cover each other's weaknesses extremely well. And when I say Silas, it's the Silas with a handful of icicles, maybe an embrittlement, and absolute zero. Here, because I'm going a bit greedy, I'm just going to be getting rid of that other handful of icicles and an embrittlement and just have the one icicles and absolute zero. And then maybe something to help kill Moabs in the mid game too, which I'm using what is it? This is Moab Shove. You might have something else a little bit different, maybe like a Twin 6, I don't know, something goofy to help out with that. But other than that, it's just a really simple strategy. It will work pretty well for black borders, I'd imagine too. Unless it perhaps uses Corvus or something, anything really that can pull off this crazy amount of cash bear, like 80,000 plus on hard expert maps on Chimps mode, will be able to turn into a pretty effective black border strategy, I'd say. It'd be interesting if somebody could prove me wrong and give a strategy that is really effective in Chimps mode for like cash bear that doesn't somehow work. I'm kind of interested. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head besides Corvus, because you're inherently using an extremely micro-intensive hero just as the base of it, which isn't fun. I hate Corvus, you couldn't tell, but it's really good, and I think it definitely can work out too. But you'll be seeing the first strike will just be doing an incredible amount of damage, not only to its base target, it can insta-kill like even the fortified ZUMGs. It does a lot more damage than the first strike itself, but it will also unleash a big AoE around it, which will take out Moabs, a whole bunch of stuff, and it has a really good amount of pierce too. So you'll see like on round 98, I'll be able to use the ability and wipe a whole bunch of stuff out. Let's head over into the late game, and round 95 is here. This is often a pretty difficult round, but you just don't have to do anything with this strategy, because the Preemptive Strike will destroy all of the DDTs, every single one of them. Now, it won't insta-kill the ones on round 99, but with the combination of Absolute Zero and Silas's level 10 ability, you will be able to deal with those no problem at all, which is pretty cool. You just have to have that first strike up for round 100, which you will see is a little bit of an issue in the coming future for me as I mess things up perhaps just a little bit. So I'll be able to take out round 97, really chill. There was a shove to, not a shove to nerf, a nerf to shove, that's what I was trying to say, but I was still able to deal with that because Absolute Zero will take that out just fine instead. It's bringing a little trickiness to other round 97s that I've had to deal with. And on round 98, I was a little bit short. I was forced to, it was very close beating this round without mentoring, but I was forced to buy mentoring at the end, which makes a lot of this early game and a lot of other parts, like I feel like I can cut the cross path now, kind of unnecessary. But with mentoring, it makes Absolute Zero a lot stronger, and I was able to beat round 98 super easy, take out round 100, and then with reactor I get first strike and then first strike again. Now I mentioned I kind of messed up that first strike, and that's because I saw this round, this is unoptimal, only 80,000 cash spare. I could get more because of the fact that I was forced by mentoring late. So I said it is possible to get mentoring earlier, use a better early game that will get the free upgrades on Ice Monkey, which will save money, and on top of that cut the cross path, yes, the cross path for the preemptive strike. Sounds pretty good. The cross path with the preemptive strike is actually kind of a big deal because the main attack does do a lot of damage, but I was still able to beat round 98 without it. So I take that all down. As you can see, the first strike comes in clutch, and I'm looking at my ability. I say I can get that back up for round 99, and the answer is yes, I can get that back up for round 99. But in the commotion of doing round 99, I realized that I basically insta-killed the round, and I wasn't looking at the first strike, and it didn't come back. Now, it is very possible to get the first strike to come back. That's basically what I did on the previous one, but unfortunately, I won't get the first strike again for round 100, so I can't do the double first strike. It was really close, and it came down to a stupid mistake. So I did an 80,000 cash spare run, and my attempt to do 82,000 was just sadly cut a little short. This definitely can do 82,000 cash spare on Sanctuary, so that's pretty cool, but that just overall means it's definitely a very powerful strategy.
Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!